not to belabor the point, but your recreation of the events are incorrect on how you make it. You're telling the story, so I can see where the delegates and senators listening to your incorrect telling of the events would not have an understanding of why we keep bringing this up. But the facts are this: that as acting chairman, after the death of Mr. Harper, we had 3 ongoing lawsuits in the county. One of those was a federal lawsuit in which we discovered the proper paperwork had not been filed. We were behind. The judge had issued several letters saying that we had not filed the proper paperwork, and the deadline to file that paperwork was the 28th of December. So it was imperative that we gain legal assistance to deal with not only the federal case, but 2 other cases, one of which has wound up costing the county several $100,000. But we had ongoing active court cases that needed to be, 3 that needed to be dealt with. We also had 2 threatening lawsuits, 2 individuals threatening suit against the county. So a total of 5 potential, 3 actual, 2 potential lawsuits that were facing the county, and we sit with no county attorney. And we also found that, like I said, I'm not going to go back and talk about those that I know are employed by the county. But we found out that certain things weren't done that needed to be done, and needed to be done by an attorney, and it needed to be done quickly. So, by consent, 3-2, you said no, and that was your right to do so, and Mr. Cable said no, and that was his right to do so. But by consent, me saying yes, Mr. Harrell saying yes, and Mr. Birdsong saying yes, there was a 3-2 vote over the phone to gain consensus. So we had consensus of the board to move forward. Now, that consensus needed to be ratified at the next board meeting. The problem that came in, there was no board meeting in December. For whatever reason, there was no board member in December. If a meeting would have taken place in December, the payment of these bills, the approval of the consent would have been approved. So, because you had 3 members voting yes, you had 2 members voting no, 1 deceased member. If a meeting would have taken place in January, the vote surely would have been 3-2. And we would not be here today. This issue would have been gone. These attorneys would have been paid for the services that they did for the county. But for reasons that we've discussed, we didn't have a meeting in December. So we have now a new board that comes on that is failing to recognize the fact that the prior board, with approval and consent, agreed to do this. And in my opinion, it is just not, it's not good business, it's not honorable, it makes Sussex County look bad, that we by consent hired these attorneys, we used their work, they got us out of a bind, and then we turn around and not pay them. And I think it's a little disingenuous, Mr. Chairman, for you to sit here and say that we did something wrong when I've got a letter here with your signature on it, dated the 12th of January, where you did the exact same thing that I did in December. And not only did you do the exact same thing, but by consensus, you hired the exact same attorney, Sharon Pandak. And further than that, not only did you do the same thing by consent, you hired the exact same attorney that we did in December for the exact same court case that we did in December. So I really don't understand how you can sit here, any board member can sit here and refuse to pay these attorneys' bills when, as chairman, you did exactly the same thing I did as acting chair in December with the exact same attorney with the exact same court case. So on December 12th, you felt that it was proper to gain consent from the board to hire Sharon Pandak for the certain case that I won't mention because of the settlement of that. So the same 3 criteria in which I engaged the board as acting chair, you took the same 3 criteria and in your judgment saw a need to protect the county, and you did exactly the same thing.